What's up, guys? Nobody is coming live yet. I think I need to rotate it live this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it says. But it's alright.
Squeeze.
Hey guys, who's that? What's up?
Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hang Zuo is here. Hi Hang Zuo, good to see you. Good to see you. We're gonna get started in a bit, really soon. This is Rash here. Sun Heng, what's up, man? Good to see you. Guys, come on in. Join the fun, and we're gonna get started really soon.
Awesome stuff.
Yep. Okay. Hi Desmond, good to see you, man. Hi John, good to see you too. Yes, all my friends are coming in. Fantastic. Praveen, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Alright. So let's get started, right? So today, what are we going to be chatting about? Very simply, I really believe in building multiple streams of income. And interesting thing, I was just sharing with my friend Lucien here. Last night I had this vision, right? I was actually dreaming of multiple
Hi,
streams. Right, hi Huisan. Right, so I was actually dreaming about multiple streams, and what actually happened was this. Ketlun is spamming. So I had this vision, and this vision came to me of this stream with multiple streams of water coming in. And I really believe that in life we should always look, in finance especially, we should always look to build up multiple streams of income, right? So for me, since the age of 18, I've always been doing that, right? I started investing in the stock market, and then I started investing in different businesses, starting up different income streams, different active income streams as well. And then by the time I was 22, I bought my first property, right? And then from there I bought multiple properties all around the world, and I invested in gold and silver, many different things, guys. And this is one of my latest income streams, which is essentially through crowdfunding, right? So this is something which is very new to me. It is something very exciting. It's very interesting as well, right? And I actually connected with my friend Lucien here to actually share this new income stream with you guys. And I hope you guys will take something away from this and really learn how to use this effectively. What are the cons, what are the things you got to actually look out for when investing in such companies, and yeah, how can you actually benefit as investors or even as business owners as well. All right, so let's get started. I just want to introduce you to my friend. His name is Lucien. Right, so Lucien is the business development director of this company called Seedin, right? So Seedin is an amazing company. Just to share with you all some stats. This company has raised over $164 million for businesses over the last 4 years, right? They've helped so many different businesses and helped investors generate a lot of money, right? So their deals typically range from about 7 to about 18% per annum in returns, right? And typically they do short-term deals, nothing more than a year, right? Nothing more than a year. And interestingly, they financed over 50 companies since they actually started about 4 years ago. 50 companies, and till this date, due to the stringent criteria, they have had zero defaults, right? They have had zero defaults altogether. So it's really amazing, and I was actually asking him about, hey, look, I want to actually invest in new companies, other opportunities besides stock market. What else can I actually look at? And he told me and educated me on so much, right? And so today I want you to welcome him, and let's get started. So Lucien, can you actually share with us, right? What exactly is crowdfunding, and how does this benefit investors and business people?
Awesome. So first thing, Rash, thank you so much for having me today. It's a privilege of mine. So one of the main things that I normally share about crowdfunding, it's what it really means. It's about having a crowd of people financing a product, or pretty much financing a business venture together. One of the things that we concentrate on is called debt-based crowdfunding. So basically, crowdfunding has 4 different models. So the main one that we are in, or rather the main one that you probably may have heard of, it's Kickstarter, your Indiegogo. It's very reward based, but for us, we're helping businesses to grow on a very short-term basis, and hence the reason for the financing that we're giving them through the power of the crowd.
Interesting. Yeah. So the first question that I actually asked him, Lucien, was this: companies can actually go directly to banks, right, to get financing. If they need $100,000, $1 million, for example, they can go to banks directly. Why the heck would they want to go to you, to your company, to get funding? Why?
You know what, Rash? That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
So one of the main reasons, it's because a lot of times companies, when you're asking for financing, it doesn't really suit their funding needs. To give you an example, let's say today you need a financing for the next 6 months, but for a bank you need at least 3 years or more in terms of a loan that they will want to give out to you. One of the main reasons is because anything less than that, a bank doesn't earn much money from you, or in fact no money from you. So another reason why businesses would still look for other forms of alternative lending, it's because it's more suited to their funding needs. So if you need to grow a business in 6 months, but a bank will only give you a loan for the next 3 years, it's not in line with your business growth. So our proposition is to help you in terms of what your company needs and finance you based on your needs in that end.
Interesting. So, he mentioned, so there's a very important distinction, why companies will go to banks compared to why companies will go with companies like CDN, for example, to raise alternative forms of financing. So, you mentioned to me that the returns range from 7% to about 18% per annum, right? So here's the thing. 18%, right? Let's talk about 18%. 18% is a huge amount, right? It's a big amount, and it's honestly speaking is beating market average returns. If I as an investor can get 18% per annum consistently year on year, that would be absolutely fantastic, right? But the question is this.
Yes.
When I see 18%, I have red flags, right? I'm like, shit.
I won't be surprised.
Right? As in, any investor should actually be wary as well. So how is the business able to give 18%? How does that work typically?
Alright, that's a brilliant question. So a lot of times, or rather it can be slightly rare, whereby we have businesses that are willing to pay 18% for their financing. So there are a few things that they would look out for. Number one, for our point of view, can you afford the financing? Are your margins high enough to afford an 18% return to my investors that are on the platform? And another thing is, most of the deals, if it's at a high percentage, it's normally very short term. So you're looking at between maybe 3 months, 4 months. So end of the day, it's prorated based on the number of months the deal is running for.
Oh, interesting. So just I hope you heard that, right? So if it's 18%, typically is for shorter tenures, and
yes,
usually about shorter tenures. So let's say for example it's 4 months, so it's 18%, but it's prorated to a smaller amount.
Amount.
Okay, cool.
That
So that's basically how it works. So just now, he was actually sharing me a deal which they have on their platform, which is around 8%, but it's for a tenure of 12 months, right? So that's how it actually works. So here's the thing, right? Whenever I think about this, whenever I think about deals, for example, everybody has to benefit, right? The investors have to benefit, the platform has to benefit, obviously, right? And obviously the business has to benefit as well. All three parties have to win for everybody to be happy. Right?
Yes.
So, okay, the investors are making money, right? Through whatever means, through their returns, obviously. The business gets the money, they get to use the funds to grow their business, to fulfill whatever needs they have to fulfill. How does seed in? How do these crowd funding platforms make money?
Another very good question. So one of the things that how we have revenue, it's two ways. We charge the business for a successful crowdfunding, and we also charge the investors a fee. And this fee is fixed. So on a business point of view, the success fee would range between a certain percentage of the funding amount. The next thing that for an investor's point of view, there is a 15% account management fee that we do charge per deal. And it's based on your dividend earned only. So for example, let's say if the deal is ranging about 10% per annum, your net return will be about between 8.5% per annum.
Okay. So I hope you all heard that, right? Very, very important. I always am looking out for the catches. What are the catches? So the catch is very simply this: the investors do get charged, right? But basically to manage as a management fee, right?
Yeah,
which is 15% of the total return. So let's say for example, if a deal is listed at 15% return, for example, off the 15% they take a 15% management fee. Right?
Yes.
And that's basically what this is, a fixed sum, and that's what it is. So as an investor, you got to make a gauge. Okay, if you're comfortable with that, you can actually go for that, right? Okay, so that's basically how they make money. It's important, guys, right? Seriously, it's very important that they make money so they can sustain their business as well, right? Super important. So I love to hear that. Okay, what are the risks that investors should actually look out for if they're looking to invest in crowdfunding deals? What are the risks? What are certain red flags that people should be looking for?
So for crowdfunding, I would say there are two main risks. One of it would be definitely the platform on its own, simply because the platform is the one that connects the businesses and the investors at the same time. So platform-wise, you're going to find out if the platform is regulated by MAS. So right now, crowdfunding is a regulated investment vehicle. If it's not regulated in Singapore, you also got to find out who are the investors that can be investing in that particular platform. So one of the things that non-regulated crowdfunding platforms can invest on, or rather investors on the platform, are accredited investors. So like my platform on Sit-In, we are regulated, meaning we can serve both retail, accredited, and institutional investors all at the same time. So that's on the platform side. And on the platform again, there is also another risk of the business. So any point of time, the business can default. And if a default does happen, what happens as well? So a lot of times people are not familiar with what the business does. We do a lot of assessment to ensure that the business is sound before we list it onto the platform. So end of the day, the main thing is that you still gotta read through a fact sheet that is given to you as an investor to fully understand what the business is doing and whether you're comfortable with it. And if you are, you can put in a small investment amount.
So here's the thing, right? I actually looked through the entire platform, the fact sheets and everything, and it's very, very informative. It's very informative. You get to see how much their paid up capital is, how much they have in their bank accounts. You get to see what their, the leverage ratio is. You get to see what the current ratio of the company is. All these fundamentals that we as investors should know. All of that is actually written. So the financials of the company is very clear. They tell you exactly what they need the money for. All of that. So as an investor, you got to make sure of whether you're comfortable with it, right? That's number one. But number two, the platform, like you mentioned, the platform which you represent, Sit-In, is it's regulated by MAS, so it's legit. It's not like some fly by night company. They are legit. They've been in the business for nearly 4 or 5 years now, raised over $164 million. So that's okay, pretty legit, right? Okay, so here's the next thing which I want to ask you. What are some bad experiences which investors have had, right? Because honestly, nothing is all sunshine and rainbows. There's obviously sometimes which there's some bad experiences. What are some bad experiences that investors have faced? And tell us about it.
Okay, so if you're an investor on a platform, one thing you can expect is late payments by the borrowers, because at any point of time we cannot control much on when they're going to pay us. We have an expected repayment schedule that is given to investors to have a look, because returns are given on a monthly basis. So one of the things is late repayment. Another thing is, I guess, the most recent experience, I would say maybe a little bit harsh, is because we did a rebranding. So for the longest time, Sit-In was known as New Union. And in August, we did a rebranding. So what this means is that we had to change all of the post-dated checks to a new company name. So we had some issues with that. But once we did all of it, we informed all of the borrowers that we had a change of name. They produced all of the checks that is required for the repayment, and it was done. Everything was settled.
So he mentioned something. The biggest problem is with regards to late payments, right?
Payments.
But what is considered a late payment? Can you share with me something very interesting?
Oh, brilliant. So a late payment on our platform would be nothing more than 60 days.
Wow.
So as an investor, the longest that you would take to receive your funds would be anything between the day on itself or anything more or less than 60 days. But to date, we have not had anything more than 30 days, I would say.
Dude, okay, so here's the crazy part, right, for all those tuning in right now. So my first question to him was this, right? I want to invest in a private business. I want to actually expand my portfolio, for example. How much money do I need? Do I need like 100 grand to start investing? Like, how much do I need, bro?
You know what, bro?
Yes.
All you need is $1,000.
Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. So if you I don't know if you heard that, but to start investing in deals like this, you require $1,000, right? So I always stress on portfolio sizing. Make sure you have your eggs in different baskets. So it's about $1,000 investment. So if you want to actually look to start investing in these different deals, for example, it's $1,000. Not too bad, right? If you all think that's pretty awesome, give me a thumbs up. If you all can click a thumbs up, right? I want to see anybody else. Okay, that's cool. We're getting some people giving a thumbs up, right? So that's basically what it is. $1,000 start investing. That's really, really cool, man. And yeah, like I actually saw on the platform. So typically how it works is this: a business wants to raise $2 million, for example, and then you can start investing with any amount you're comfortable with. Right, so that's basically how it works. Right. So what happens when a company actually defaults? Right, what happens when it defaults?
So The thing is, Rash, I can only give you by theory
Okay.
what is it that we're going to do, because to date we still have not had any defaults yet,
Yes,
touching
yes.
wood right now.
Yeah.
So one of the things is we want to ensure that the investors understand the situation. We would have a quorum to have all the investors to decide on what is it that we want to do to move forward. Of course, on the deals on the platform, we try our best to get for certain form of collaterals as well. So one of the main things that we want to do is also to liquidate them. It will take time and it will take money, because there will be times where legal fees may be imposed as well. So on the end of the day, what we want to do is to ensure that the process is smooth. So we will act as your power of attorney to ensure that we will do what recourse that we can. So whatever funds that you have, minusing off any fees that is available, that will be the funds that we will try our best to return back to you as an investor.
Fantastic. I love that, guys. So again, the defaults have never happened before in 4 years of being in business. But if it does default, for example, they have collaterals, right? They have collaterals which they actually get from the businesses, and that's what actually happens. They try to get back as much money as possible. If they can, they return their money to investors. But obviously, nothing is guaranteed. Right, invest a sum which you're comfortable with.
Yes.
Right, that's very, very important.
Yes, sir.
So I want to ask you something, right? So how simple is the process? If I want to actually start investing in a particular deal which you all have on your platform, how simple is the process to get going?
Okay, so the good thing is we are a full-fledged online platform. We have a website and we have an app as well. All you need to do is to, if you're a Singaporean or a PR, it's the best, because the process is very simple. We have certain partnerships with SingPass that allows you to streamline your account creation. So it can take you between about 5 to 10 minutes to have your account set up. And another thing that's interesting is that we also utilize a trust company. So the trust company is important because it holds our investors' money on trust. So once you go through the validation with them, you are more than ready to invest onto the deals that are listed onto the platform.
Fantastic. So from what I'm hearing, actually, honestly speaking, the process is super simple. It's really, really, really simple. It takes like literally like a week or so to actually set up, and you can get started almost immediately, right? So how it works is very simply, you have to create a CDN account, right? And after you create the account, for example, you can actually transfer your money into the account, and from there you can actually place your money with whatever deals that you actually want to invest in, right? So that's how it works. So dude, okay, so let's say for example there's a 12-month tenure, right? So let's say for example I invest $5,000, right? $5,000,
Sure.
right? How does my returns come to me? Does it come to me after 12 months? How does it work?
Fantastic. I love to answer this question because the best thing about the platform, most of your returns, or in fact all of your returns, will be given to you on a monthly basis. So the expected repayment schedule would give you a rough gauge of how much you're getting on the monthly time, and also when are you being repaid. So let's say the deal is starting tomorrow.
Yep.
So you can imagine that every month for the next X number of months, maybe 12 months,
Yep.
you will be getting your returns on a monthly basis.
Wow. So you get your returns on a monthly basis. So let me just share how it works. How it works is very simply this. Let's say for example it's a 12-month tenure, you get it on a monthly basis. Every month it actually gets deposited into your CDN account.
Yes,
And if you want to,
correct.
you can immediately withdraw that money as well.
That is correct.
Right, into your bank account. Are there any charges for withdrawing your money?
So the best thing on the platform is there are no charges
Yeah.
for withdrawal of funds and topping up of funds. So
Okay.
the only fee
Yeah.
is that 15% account management.
Fantastic.
Which
So
you need
that's
to know.
okay. That's the only fee. That's absolutely fantastic. I want to know everything inside out, man. It's very, very important. Daryl is asking a very good question. Daryl is asking, can you use your CPF to invest with deals like this?
Okay, unfortunately, Daryl, we cannot use CPF to invest on this platform.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So no CPF, only your cash. Good thing is that it's small quantum. You can start with any amount that you actually want to, right? So very simple, very easy, and many different deals available as well. Right. So one thing which I want to actually tell you all about is this. CDN is actually having an event on the 10th of November. Right? Put it down in calendars, 10th November. I'm actually going to be there myself. It's what is the event about, dude?
Okay, so 10th of November, it's going to be an event for both investors like yourself, and also we want to give you an insight on how will you look at the credit process of a company, how we ensure that the business is of sound quality, and we also want to show you what is it that we do as a crowdfunding platform. Because a lot of times crowdfunding on essence is the same. All platforms are the same. It's the people behind it that's important. So we want to value add you in another level, because we want to share with you what you can do by growing your business as well. So we have a special speaker. She's also a business coach. and she's going to share with you how you can grow your business at the same time in terms of maximizing your wealth as a business owner, and at the same time being an investor on the platform. How are you helping this business to grow together?
Fantastic. Dude, I'm going to be there. Please be there. Is this open to non-Singapore residents?
It is open to non-residents in Singapore.
Yep.
The only criteria, Jenny, is that you need a Singapore bank account.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
So you need to have a Singapore bank account to qualify for this, right? You can be a foreign investor. I know a lot of people from all over the world, but you need to have a Singapore bank account to actually do these deals, right? So that's very, very important. 10th November, we're having the session. What I'm going to do after this is I'm going to actually put the link down in the comment section below. Please register on the link for the event so you can actually find out. It's going to be held in their office. So come down, learn from Lucien, find out more for yourselves, and maybe you can actually start investing yourselves as well, right? No problem. So I'll put down the link in the link section below. Before we actually call it an end,
Yes.
are there any questions from my audience? Any questions you all have with regards to, CDIN, anything? Where and the time of the event is actually going to be held. I'll post the event, Joel. I'll post it down on the comment section below. You all can actually see. It's going to be at 7 p.m, right?
It's gonna be
No,
at
sorry.
9 a.m.
It's Saturday. It's next Saturday.
It's next Saturday.
10th November,
10th of
Saturday,
November.
9 a.m. to 12 p.m, right? So that's when the event's going to be. Come down, learn. If you actually, you're not able to come for the event, but you actually want to, have an appointment directly with him, I'll put his details down as well so you can actually learn about investing. Personally, I've personally gonna be investing in many of these deals coming up very soon with my own money as well. Again, it's just a portion. It's just for me to diversify my portfolio and to have multiple streams of income, right? So that's what it is for me. Believe it. That's what it's about. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? If there's no other questions, we're gonna end this call. I hope you learned something new today. If you learned something new, can you give me a thumbs up? Right? Give me a thumbs up if you learned something new. Show me some thumbs. I want to see some thumbs if you all learned something new today. Right? And yes, that's what it's going to be. 10th November, please come down to the session and we will see you there.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you guys there. Ciao.